Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth correcting. Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth retaining. Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth improving. You see, life and destiny is a relay, and it is dangerous when you receive the baton without understanding antecedents. And there are scriptural and time-tested principles that are responsible for the greatness of nations, the greatness of individuals, the greatness of organizations. That there are scriptural and time-tested principles. Nations do not just become great. Greatness is not just an impartation. It's not just a blind desire. There are a number of scriptural and time-tested principles that is responsible or are responsible for greatness. Hallelujah. Some of the nations and organizations, families and individuals who have ascended realms of greatness in our world today are people who, number one, are governed by vision, clearly defined vision. Now, let me tell you something about vision. There is a threefold dimension to understanding vision. If you want to become a visionary person, number one, you must understand history. Number two, you must understand destiny. Number three, you must understand the unity component of vision. I'm going to explain it. It is impossible to be a visionary person without understanding history. History is very important because it helps us to connect things past, to make sense out of things past, and then to be able to come up with resolutions. That out of those resolutions will come profound pictures that lead us to the future. The average Nigerian today does not even understand the faintest history of Nigeria. Ask the average Nigerian today how old is Nigeria? Some will say 12, some will say 100. Are we together? Some will say 60. I'm not talking of naive children, even leaders who are occupying government positions. Are we together now? Yeah. We must have an understanding of history. You see, life and destiny is a relay, and it is dangerous when you receive the baton without understanding antecedents. Are we together now? History helps you to know what to correct. It helps you to know what to retain. It helps you to know what to improve upon. Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth correcting. Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth retaining. Without the knowledge of history, you will not know what is worth improving. Some of the most successful organizations, families, and even nations are very meticulous about preserving history. They will go to any length to see and to insist that they build institutions that preserve their history, and insist that their citizens have a clear understanding as to where they are coming from. There are many people, for instance, who know more about the history of other nations than their nations, the history of other families than their families. History is very powerful. I was just contemplating and trying to rehearse in my mind as much of Nigeria's history that I know. And I found out that I had to take responsibility myself to refresh my understanding. Hallelujah. Most people shout and pray and jump about a new Nigeria, a new Africa, a new world, and they cannot tell you where we are coming from. Hallelujah. History is very important. It's important to know history. If you do not know history, the negative aspects of history will repeat themselves in your life, because you will not know what to change, you will not know what to fight, you will not know what to retain, you will not know what to improve upon. We just live in blind regret, hating Nigeria perhaps, hating our families perhaps, hating certain churches perhaps, and not trying to find out where did this come from. Hallelujah. Do you know this complicated nation Well, not complicated really. I would say diverse. Nigeria is one of the most diverse nations on earth. History tells us this is true. We call it today the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But did you know that history, I hope I'm able to remember this now, that I've warned you to know history. Now, hallelujah. Yeah. History tells us that Nigeria, do you know that there are about 371 ethnic groups in Nigeria alone? 371 ethnic groups, 774 local governments. Are we together? Can you imagine that? 36 states, including the FCT, 6 geopolitical zones. Nigeria. How did Nigeria start? History tells us that, of course, being a diverse group of people, but history would tell us that from the 1900s, in fact 1900, I recall that history tells us that the British came together, remember? And they formed what we call the Northern Protectorate, the Southern Protectorate. 14 years later, January 1st, 1914, Sir Lord Lugard, history would tell us, he brought an amalgamation and it became the protectorate called Nigeria. It was not yet a federal republic. And then by 1960, Nigeria now declared independence and was granted the independence from their British colony. This is what history tells us. Are we together now? Under the leadership of men like Sir Frederick Lord Lugard. And then do you know that the independence of Nigeria, watch this now, that the independence of Nigeria, when we came together, we were not yet a federal republic. We were a nation. It was in 1963, I recall, I think October, no date was given. I'm not sure I've seen any date. We just know it's October 1963, that Nigeria officially became a federal republic. Hallelujah. Why am I telling you this? History, so that you have an understanding. So officially today, Nigeria is 63 years as a nation, 60 years as a federal republic, and 109 years from the time of amalgamation. And yet, look at our state now. I'm not just exciting you with history, I'm provoking you. When you are 60 years or 63 or 109 years, there are fruits that must justify that longevity of time. Vision. Vision. Hallelujah. Right from the time of the first president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you know, Chief Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe. Many of you don't know Benjamin, so you add Benjamin to the list. Hallelujah. Yeah. History tells us that he was the last governor general and then the first president of Nigeria. Now, my point is this. Without a sense of history, why do you want to become a governor? Why do you want to become a leader, a house member? You do not know where we are coming from. Why do you even want to become a man of God leading a people within a nation whose history you do not understand? Are we together? History is what frames some of the things that become the policies that govern nations. You cannot bring the policy of another nation to another nation without understanding history.